A very good day to you. I'm Hank Gross, Mid-HudsonNews.com. It's Friday, June 25th. The Independent Reapportionment Commission, created by the Dutchess County Legislature to redraw the county's legislative districts, was disbanded last night because of conflict by one of the appointments to the committee. The full commission learned of the dissolution at their meeting last night. The law that created the commission included eligibility criteria that were violated by Richard Keller Coffey, a Democratic appointment. The law says in part a member shall not currently be, nor have been for the last 3 years preceding the formation of the commission, an elected official, employee of the state, Dutchess County, or any town, city, or village in the county, or a member or officer of any political committee. Keller Coffey is an elected member of the Weebatuck School Board, according to Legislative Chairman Greg Pulver. The school board position makes Keller Coffey ineligible to serve on the commission. Residents and businesses in Kingston are now eligible to participate in community solar and knock off 10% from their annual electric bills. By participating in the program, customers are relying on power from solar farms to provide some electricity back to Central Hudson, and in return, the customer receives credits toward the bill. Ellie Gartenstein, the city's environmental specialist, said participating in the program with Ulster County and Solarize Ulster will also provide benefits for the environment.
If you subscribe to community solar, you can make sure that your dollars are going to clean energy production and not to coal burning and oil drilling or natural gas drilling and nuclear power plants and all that stuff that we don't really like. Your investment in a community solar project will help expand solar infrastructure.
Mayor Stephen Noble says community solar directly supports clean, renewable energy resources and saves residents money without having to install costly solar panels on their home or property. The U.S. Military Academy will welcome more than 1,200 candidates from every state in the nation over 3 days from June 26th through the 28th. Reception day will be staggered to accelerate public health guidelines and incorporate non-pharmaceutical interventions to safeguard the health and welfare of all cadet candidates, families, and community members. The days mark the beginning of cadet basic training and the first day of their transition from civilian to new cadet members, a member of the West Point class of 2025. State Senator James Skoufis met with local officials, environmental advocates, and members of community organizations yesterday to put pressure on Governor Cuomo to sign into law the new Emerging Contaminants Bill, which provides universal water testing in the state. Currently, New York only requires annual water testing from communities that have a population of 10,000 or larger. An estimated 2.5 million New Yorkers live in areas with a lower population, and as a consequence, are not required to have their water tested. The legislation will require that all New York water providers be tested for the 13 emerging contaminants already required of larger community water sources, as well as test for an additional 27 emerging contaminants listed by the federal EPA. The list of contaminants includes PFAS, PFOS, and PFOA, which were the cause of Newburgh's water contamination crisis. Skoufis says Newburgh was the canary in the coal mine for the rest of the state regarding the importance of rigorous water testing, and that testing is the first and best step toward mitigation.
It's in some ways similar to the start of the pandemic, where it was all about testing to identify where there was infection. Similarly, we need to identify where there is contamination, because that's the only way we can then respond to that contamination in the first place. And so Newburgh, the residents here, were drinking contaminated water for a very long time. We want to make sure that other communities don't go through the same.
The bill has passed both houses with bipartisan support. The only remaining procedure is approval from the governor. Orange County Health Commissioner Dr. Irina Gelman has been honored with the 2021 Robert N. Issacs Esquire Liberty Bell Award. The award is presented annually by the Orange County Bar Association and the Women's Bar Association of Orange and Sullivan Counties. The award recognizes men and women for outstanding community service and for exemplifying the principles encompassed by the theme for each Law Day. Dr. Peter Grant Jordan has been named the new president of Dutchess Community College by the State University of New York Board of Trustees. Jordan succeeds Dr. Pamela Eddington, who retired in July of 2020. The new position will take effect on August 2nd. The college's acting president, Ellen Gambino, guided the school through several months of the pandemic, and one of her final acts was a grandiose ribbon-cutting ceremony unveiling the new Dutchess Community College Aviation Center at Hudson Valley Regional Airport, formerly known as Dutchess County Airport. I'm Hank Gross, MidHudsonNews.com.